Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, my friends. This is the one and the only MRC show, bringing it back to you after a little bit of a hiatus. And welcome, everybody, to the eagerly anticipated Season 17 live team draw. First time on F1 25. Lovely to have you all with us. We are around the Canada circuit this evening. And, as always, we are bringing to you not just me on my own, but I have some compadres to bring you all the team news this season. And I have, first of all, a man who has finally, after so many seasons of trying and well-deserved champion last season, Mr. Chris Bailey. Good evening.
Hey up, mate. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm not over it yet. I want more now. But yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you. It's good to be back. It's been far too long. And here we go, finally, season 17. How have we got this far?
I know, crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy and absolutely incredible that we are here this long and with this longevity as well. And we are not alone. We have got as well with us. I don't know where to go with this, but I better be careful because he is the head of our stewarding team, so he will be cracking the whip at different points of the season. So do not want to be sent to his what I was going to say, I'm not going to say it, but he's not going to be sent to the headmaster's office. Mr. Simon Pratt, good evening.
Good evening, how are we?
Very, very well. Looking forward to this one. We've also got Ant with us. He's going to be on track. So good evening, Ant.
Good evening, good evening.
Lovely to have you all with us this evening, Simon, Chris. Season 17, as you say, how did we get here? This is incredible. A lot of new drivers as well this season, which is absolutely phenomenal. And we've now brought back the return of our Tier 4 entry tier. So I think that's going to be interesting. A lot more assists available for the Tier 4 drivers, of course. And so we'll be going through their teams very soon indeed. But it's looking quite exciting, isn't it, guys?
It's looking like a really competitive grid this season.
It is. Obviously, Tier 4, like you said, Mark, it's going to be interesting. We followed the launch of the new game with a lot more interest than the previous two games, which we've seen, not just us, but EA in general, we've seen a dwindling number of people wanting to play the F1 games due to, frankly, poor games. Let's just be real here. EA and Codemasters have flopped hard. So obviously Tier 4 is back, following more interest, and we've added a lot more assists. So that tier might be a little bit mixed in pace, but that's because of the varying assists and the inclusivity of more drivers than the other tiers may allow for. So that should be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got some moves across the other tiers, which we'll go through this evening.
Yeah, we certainly have, and we have changed. The old MRC X is no longer with us for a while due to dwindling numbers, so we have knocked that one in the head for Friday evenings, but we have with our no assist tier, that was extreme, that's been rebranded as tier 0 for 0 assists, and that will race on a Thursday evening. So we have 2 nights in a row for everybody for our Wednesday and Thursday nights. So we have Tier 2 still will be kicking us off at 7 o'clock on a Monday. Tier 1 will follow suit at 8:45. Then on a Wednesday evening, Tier 3 will start at 7. And then Tier 4 will follow them. And then, of course, as mentioned, Tier 0 will be on their own on a Thursday evening. But we have plenty of cars on track. So, gentlemen, we will start with the team draw. And we're going to start with Tier 1 this evening. So, out of Chris and Simon, who would like to take us away?
Simon, if you go first, it'll make sense when we get to the third team, I think.
Yeah, no problem. So we are going to start with Alpine. And our first driver is the driver with... How do I put this nicely? The fakest title that we have in MRC, because he has a Tier 3 title when at no point was he ever a Tier 3 driver. It is Johannes Bobo will be driving in the Alpine. And alongside him is, I was going to say our favourite Irishman, but we have a few Irishmen in the league now, so I won't say that anymore. But
Wait, you like
he's
Irish
a man
people?
I don't hate Irish people.
Okay, fine, we'll let them know.
He's a man who has, since he joined the league, just gotten quicker and quicker. He's got a title to his name. He's shown his pace over and over again. It is, of course, Steve Mitchell, Armagh Red, will be joining Bobo in the Alpine.
Yeah, 2 former champions, 2 very nice guys. Actually, both been stewards and in recent years as well. So, yeah, lovely guys, and that'll be a very competitive partnership, I'm sure.
They're also really good friends, so it's going to be a very interesting lineup. That.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be actually really, really competitive as a comparison to other tiers as well, other teams as well. So the next team, brace yourselves, everyone. This is a bit of an intercontinental team. This. We've got in the Aston Martin this season, Anthony Huxley Nato, the Mr. Worldwide of MRC. Is he English? Is he Portuguese? Is he French? Or is he, frankly, wherever he fancies calling himself from on any given week? It depends on what football team won in the Nations League last night, for example. He's the leading team driver in the Aston Martin, partnered by Nick Bannon-Thomas. These two, weirdly, actually shared a fair few races, well, I think a handful of races in Alpine last season in Tier 1. Nick was in both Tiers 1 and 2 towards the beginning of the season, and following good performances in Tier 1, has earned promotion, which obviously well deserved. He used to race in Tier 1 regularly, so that is again quite a competitive team, and I'm sure you'll show your teammate the ropes and welcome them into your abode.
Well, we're going to see how we do. As you said, we were teammates last year. Didn't have too many opportunities though to work together, but at least we do have something in common. We've got 2 of the longest names in the league, so at least
double barrel Aston Martin. Aston double barrel Martin.
Aston Martin's got 2 names, so then there again, yeah, it's all consistent.
Exactly.
And then move
So
to
next up, we have the Ferraris. Now, the lead driver, as Mark pointed out, has finally won a title, so is technically no longer Mr. P2, given that he has a title, but I'm sure he will be returning to form this season. It is Chris Bailey taking up the lead seat in the Ferrari.
Hello.
Yeah, that's
I
him.
wonder how that happened.
The man who's gone from Sterling Moss to Hunt.
Which rhymes with my favourite word.
wow.
Blunt.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
Okay, we're going to move swiftly on from that one. And joining him, joining him in the Ferrari is he's a man who has more Tier 2 titles than most people have had hot dinners.
That's your microwave broken.
Because he keeps winning Tier 2, going up to Tier 1 and then coming back down. But he's sticking it out this season. Mr. Mark Hodgson is joining Chris Bailey in the Ferrari.
Yes, gone red this time. I've been Mercedes-powered engines since about season 4, season 5.
You've come to the dark side with me.
I kind of ran out, so I had to do something a bit different.
I was there last season. I'll welcome you round. I'll show you how Maranello works. I've just about learnt my way around Fiorano, so I'll teach you how it goes.
Grazie.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I just need to work on my Italian, so grazie.
Sti ragazzi.
So you're probably going to have to learn a few words like, Parmo, where it's not Parmo in Italy, it's Parma.
Just Le Parma. No, that's French.
Like karma.
Brilliant. Moving on swiftly from the Ferrari sponsored by Captain Morgan's Mobile to Haas. Now, this is an awkward one because of a recent departure. We actually only have 1 driver in the Haas. Only 1 in the Haas this season currently. We are looking to fill that slot as soon as possible. It's our reigning Tier 2 champion, Federico Sabelli, also known as Sociopath. So Federico, as you said, he's won Tier 2 last season. He's actually won Tier 2 twice now. So similar to Mark, who has actually won it 3 times. Multiple time champion in Tier 2. We're never going to let him go down to Tier 2 again. He's just too quick for that. But he also did spend a fair few races last season in Tier 1 and did a great job. So we're really happy to see him back in that seat. And yeah, he'll give a few of us in Tier 1 a bit of a fear. He's just so quick. He's rapid.
He is scarily quick, yeah. It was. So was Armour as well when they came up and raced with us last season. Yeah, they were very good, so it's going to be very, very competitive. So far, we've only revealed even half the grid. So, exciting times.
Exactly.
So next up is... Oh, go on, Ant.
No, I was going to say that these tier 2 promotions, I think they're the best we've had in quite some time. Because as you were saying, like Sociopath got. Did he get a podium last season?
He did.
Yeah.
Nick had
Saudi
a P4
Arabia
as well.
something.
Nick had a P4.
Yeah.
Socio had a podium, and Armar was regularly in the top 6 as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they are clearly guys who deserve and probably couldn't escape the promotion either. So it's going to be important to keep an eye on these guys this season.
Definitely.
So next up, we have the McLaren boys.
Indeed.
And the first driver is, I mean, he's been in the league quite a long time now. He joined in Tier 3 about the same time as me and got better at a much quicker rate than I did and ascended his way through the tiers very well. Spent last season in Tier 2, but is back in Tier 1 where he belongs. It is Steve Jarman, also known as Kisa Soze. And joining him, well, what can I say about this man? He's got a lot of titles, a lot of fastest laps. He's not had a lot of competition recently, but thankfully he does have some competition now. In the McLaren this season is Ugoni.
Yeah, we all have posters of Damiano Ugoni on our wall. Some say that Saviour goes to sleep every night thinking about Ugoni.
He's my phone wallpaper.
Yeah, some say that Ben goes home every night and throws darts at a board, which is just Ugoni's face. And some say that I have a picture of him by my bedside table next to my tissues, but that's a personal one. We'll leave that one
Is
there.
that with the candles as well?
Yes, it is, and the Vaseline. Ugoni has won, I believe, 8 titles in MRC now, 7 of which are Tier 1, which is ridiculous considering that we're in Season 17. He's won 2.5 times the possible,
almost half. He's won nearly half of them,
He's over, nearly half. So every 2.5 seasons he wins a title. Ridiculous.
Good lord.
Also, I'm really happy for Steve, because last time he was in Tier 1, was he in a McLaren?
He was, and he was teammates with
exactly.
Actually,
now he has a decent teammate now.
Oh, wow!
Shots fired!
Wow!
Wow, you know what, I might just be... Oh, well, yeah.
To be fair, I've seen Steve already practice on this game, and he seems to be really gelling with it very, very well, and he does seem very quick indeed. So, I mean, it'd be great to see him back up there, get his confidence back, and it's going to be good fun with him. I think he's going to enjoy it.
Indeed. Someone. So moving on to the next team. This is Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team, EQ Power Plus whatever else they have in their name nowadays.
Wow.
The driver lineup for Mercedes-Benz this season. This first driver was in this car last season. It's Kid Dynamite. Dean Lawrence is one of the fastest guys we have ever raced with in this league. When he is on it and he has a good day, frankly, I fear for everyone else. He's ridiculously quick. And he will be showing the ropes to Sam Olsen, Rassam MFEO, who will be partnering him. Sam last season stepped up from Tier 2 to Tier 1 and showed that, again, on his day, he's no slouch. Obviously, consistency may have been a slight issue for him at times, but he was no slouch over the course of the season and has got another bite of the cherry in Tier 1. That could be quite a tasty partnership, because not only the pair of them both quick, but Dynamite's very good at supporting and coaching along a teammate, not just being quick themselves. So don't be surprised to see Rassam jumping up the grid throughout the season.
Yeah, he did that with me a couple of seasons ago and really, really helped. I was struggling coming up to Tier 1, and he became my teammate and has helped a really huge amount, so absolutely 100% with that. Yeah, lovely guy.
Guys. Yeah, genuinely top bloke.
So next up, we've got the Red Bulls, whoever got unfortunately stuck with them.
Yeah.
And it is in the first seat. This is a guy who is also on his day absolutely disgustingly pacey. He is incredibly quick. It is Julian Muller, also known as Jules. And in the second seat, he's been in this league for a very, very long time now. He's got very good pace, and we've all got a very soft spot for this man. It's Ben van den Empster. It's G-Star Snipes will be joining him in the Red Bull.
Yeah, well, as you say, there's two super fast drivers in that team. So a lot of people are going to sit here and say, how are those two end up as teammates? It's quite simple, similar to Boba and Armar, similar to others which I can't name yet because we haven't announced them, but the draw is split. It's a top half and bottom half of each tier. And we try and have one from each, and obviously then you've got the team picks all allowed in there. So from there, it's randomised after that. But yeah, this is probably, if I'm honest with you, the tastiest pairing on the grid in tier 1 in terms of how close they could be on true pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really scary pairing.
Just a quick one. Could either of you have got Adrenal Voyage? Could give him another ad, please, before we go to the V carbs.
Yeah.
And also, well, because just
next,
quickly, is it Sauber next? We've missed the car, but okay,
yes.
We'll go to Sauber next. Just while Chris is doing that, don't forget, folks, everyone watching, thank you for joining us. Do get involved in the YouTube chat. I'll keep checking it as much as I can, as well the three of us will. And please do hit the thumbs up button as well. That'll be absolutely amazing to have so many thumbs up, all 40 of you. Come on, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, and do join us. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll get notified every single time we go live through season 17 and onwards. But yes,
actually do this now because I still haven't.
Oh my goodness me!
So everybody else, if I'm doing it, I'm on the track. You've got to do it as well.
He's the first one to tell everyone else to do it, but he hasn't done it himself.
I can't believe it.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Right, Adrenal, you have a new invite. Adrenal has a new invite. I've sent it.
Perfect. Hopefully you'll see that shortly.
So next up is the Sauber Kickstake Sauber, formerly BMW, soon to be Audi Formula 1
medium
team.
rare.
Medium, yeah, I like my steak rare personally. Still mooing, still that a vet could save
medium
it.
rare, lovely.
Yeah, pink is key. In the Sauber this season, we have two drivers who are stepping up from Tier 2. Two very fast, one who used to be in Tier 1 and one who last season was in Tier 1 for most of the season. So we have Mahmoud Habib and Lawrence Fortes, who will be in the Sauber this season. So both drivers in both Tier 2 and Tier 1 last season and the season before showed both good pace in qualifying. In the race they didn't have as good fortunes, but in the new game, frankly, the whole grid could be turned upside down anyway, and these two might just find their luck and their stride again. So we'll see how they both get on. I have good faith in them both, to be honest with you. They're both nice guys. They're both very active on Discord as well, which is what makes MRC great. Yeah. It's not just our members on track racing hard, but we're very supportive and bantery and together as a community in our server too.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of driving, they also struggled in the last game, but in the last half of the last season, I think, they both really stepped up. Mahmoud was getting one or two, pole positions.
Yeah.
I think he got a win as well.
Yeah.
Laupi got multiple podiums.
Exactly.
So they were slowly finding their confidence again. So another duo to keep our eyes on.
Absolutely is.
So next up, we've got the V carbs, and in the first seat is honestly the most wholesome human being that we have got in the entire Discord. As head steward, you get the angry side of people for dishing out penalties. I've had him very angry at me, and he's still quite possibly the most respectful person I've ever met in my life. We all love him. It is Saviour, of course.
Good.
And joining him, which, this is, if you ask me, this is... No, I was not going to say
Only
that.
because we know him. Only because we know him. Oh, and you can take the brunt of that, Chris, because I know for a fact he's coming for you. I know
Yeah, he's coming for you on that one.
Bring it.
No, what I was going to say is, honestly, this for me is the ultimate terrifying pairing in Tier 1, because on their day, they are both unbelievably quick. Joining Saviour is a multiple-time champion himself. It's J-Sarge.
I think he was the first triple champion, wasn't he not? He was the
He
first.
was.
Yeah, he was.
You mispronounce it's J Barge, and
yeah, sorry.
Goat. Yeah, so again, when the randomizer pulled these two up, I actually couldn't believe it. My favourite person and my twice ex-teammate, both times in a Ferrari. Yeah, I agree with you. So in the same light as what I said earlier about G-Star and Jules, this partnership is terrifying. If this clicks, then oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of the most successful drivers in MRC history will be together. J-Sarge last season made a comeback after missing, I think, 3 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons before. So, and he started to find his feet as the season went on. Saviour found new levels, giving both Ben and Ugoni a run for their money all season long in Tier 1. So, God help us all if they work.
Yeah, my God.
And last but not least for Tier 1, the first driver is the man who came oh so close to his first title in Tier 1, but did still claim the MRCX title last season, so he wasn't unlucky all in. He did still get a title, but he wanted the double. It is Ben Gleeson. Ben is leading the Williams team, and he's partnered by, on his day and in qualifying at least, one of the top 5 drivers in MRC. This guy in a quality over a 1-lap pace, I genuinely fear when he's on it. It is Calvin Mack, BRD Calvin and Ben partnering in the Williams, and again...
That's scary. That's scary for constructors especially.
That's
terrifying.
Really...
Considering how well I happen to know Calvin is so far doing, and how Ben is so far doing in the game, and bear in mind it's early days, these two are both smoother drivers than most. That is key on this new game. If these two keep going as they are, again, same as Saviour and Sarge, the same as Jules and G-Star, there are 3 teams there that are going to have a real hard fight for the title, so let's keep an eye on them.
Yeah,
absolutely. 100% on that one. So there we are, folks. There is Tier 1 brought to you. Everything, all the graphics have been dropped in the driver lineup section and channel of MRC Discord, so you can find those in there, and of course the rest will follow suit. Good evening to all 44 of you. Lovely to have you all in the chat as well. Connor's throwing at Simon.
Yeah.
But so lovely to have you. Please, like I said, don't forget to hit the like button as well and ring the bell. Next up are our Tier 2 drivers. It has a reputation, Tier 2, doesn't it, of being one of the most competitive tiers in MRC, and I think it is. I think it is the most competitive. It always has been. It has. And then I think it was the closest finish ever. I think it was .001. Sorry, .016.
No, that's something else. That
was 0.001. It was me and Saviour in MRCX season 10. That still lives rent free in my head.
It does, yes. But it was incredible. I was on commentary for that, and that was at Zandvoort, and that was just insane run to the line. But yes, we are here in Tier 2. Take it away.
So Tier 2, first up we'll go for Alpine. We have a new racer in the Alpine. It's Duncan Wilkinson, aka Naka_F1. So again, unfortunately, with a lot of the newer guys, in the nicest possible way, I don't know you from Jim down the road. But let's hope that you both enjoy and progress through the game and, enjoy racing with us here. It's great to have you. His teammate this season is someone who joined us last season, our man from the Ukraine, Vitaly Sorotsky. Vitaly last season started slowly and started to build as the season went on, and kept himself both clean and consistent throughout the season. So it'd be good to see if he can kick on from there and if the new game suits him.
Yeah. Apparently, though, I have heard that your gym down the road will fix it. But you might have to ask him nicely.
Rumour has it he's too busy at the hospital. Anywho, they're going to be banned from YouTube. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Next up on that note is the Aston team. And we've got 2 brand new drivers to the league in this. So my intro is going to be very short because, unfortunately, we don't know very much about them yet. But we've got Connor McCarthy, CLM 750, taking a seat. And we've also got Max Williams, known as Formula W44, taking up the Aston seats.
Indeed. So good luck to them both. In Ferrari Tier 2 now, we have another champion. He was our Tier 3 champion last season. Finally, we've convinced him that Tier 2 is the place for him. Let's see if he can step up to the challenge. He's won Tier 4, he's won Tier 3. How will he fare in Tier 2? It is Avanash. Avanash has stepped up, and the man from South Africa is being partnered by a fellow South African this season, is none other than a former champion again, Heinrich Schmidt. Schmidt will be joining him in the Ferrari in Tier 2. They've both stepped up from Tier 3. They have both won titles in Tier 3 in this league, and, well, they're both really nice guys. It'd be lovely to see them both at the front in Tier 2 some point this season.
Yeah, it's a good pairing, that one. And like I said, it's got two countrymen there from South Africa, and that again shows the reach of MRC, that we are a global organisation. And yeah, it's fantastic that those two get to share. I know, thank you. Well, we are. Well, we are sometimes. Sometimes. On occasion.
I swear they are the Chris and Ant from South Africa.
No, whoa. No one comes close. No one comes close. But yeah, next up, Simon.
Next up, we have the Hasses, and we've got two returners here. So the first driver joined us last season. He's got a lot of pace on his day. It is, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name because I'll just end up offending people. It is Moritz, because I can pronounce that one. And his teammate is, he joined in Tier 3, immediately showed incredible pace, and has been a regular in Tier 2 since. On his day, he is also terrifyingly quick. It is Friddy Olsen.
Yeah, so again, that's my Tier 2 scary team that I'm really kind of worried about. Friddy is actually a really lovely guy, really nice to race with, really clean. Moritz is a very aggressive and hard racer. Both are so quick, and yeah, if those two can make it click, then that's my pick for the Tier 2 Constructors title, if I'm really honest. Not to make it feel bad, but there's a real urgency of pace in the pair of them, which, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, to be fair, I'm slightly going to the next pairing for Constructors, because when you introduce them, they are both very smooth drivers, both very well. One especially has quite a few victories. One is just consistent and is just constantly in the points, and they're thereabouts. So that's where I'm sort of leaning a little bit towards at the moment for them. But I need to introduce them.
And you're absolutely right, Mark. You're absolutely right. I don't like admitting that you're right, because
I'm going to say, I'm glad we're live on that one. I can watch that back and save that.
Oh, damn it. But yes, in the McLaren this season, we are blessed to have Lewis Carter and Carl Edens. That's C8 Lou and BITW365, which, as you rightly said, you got one of the fastest in this tier, and on his day you even gave a few Tier 1s, including myself, a little fear here and there with his pace. So C8 Lou's rapid over a single lap. He just needs to rein in the pace to make his long-term pace in a race work better. And then someone who's the opposite, someone who over a single lap struggles, but in his race pace comes alive through both consistency, cleanliness and strategy, which is Carl. So those two, don't count them out for the Constructors fight. They will pick up points every race, guaranteed. In fact, now I've said that, they're both double DNF at Canada is on the cards now, I've said that. The curse is firm and real.
Yeah, we can even do it in the team draw. We are that good.
Yes.
Indeed.
So next up, we've got Mercedes, and this first driver joined Tier 3 late in the season last season, and immediately showed incredible pace, took the fight to Avanash on a very regular occasion. Since realising that realistically he wasn't staying in Tier 3, he wasn't going to have a choice, he started dropping assists and has stuck to learning no assists. So, massive respect to him. It is Nelson Jones. Nels will be in the Mercedes, and he will be joined by... he was in Tier 3 for a little while, and his pace, again, sort of just came out of nowhere one season, and he was just incredibly quick. He's been doing great in Tier 2. It is Max Flaherty himself.
So obviously Flaherty, not last season, the season before, won Tier 3. Nels came so close last season, chasing Avanash until obviously missing a few races, and obviously Avanash just absolutely smashing it. Avin smash. And yeah, that's a pairing which again a lot of people will look at and think that's a bit powerful. It just depends on how well Nels takes on to the lack of assists, which, you know what, as you said, well done for him taking that plunge and going for it. That is commendable. Well done.
And sticking with it as well, not giving in, going, okay, I know I'm going to struggle at times, I know I'm going to make mistakes, lock up, spin the car, things like that, and I'm going to be slow to start with. But sticking with it, and I think that's absolutely commendable. And this is not a dig, this is not a nasty comment to other drivers, but definitely take a leaf out of Nels's book there, because that just shows real character, and that's what we want, and that's how people progress, and that's exactly what Nels has done. So absolutely commendable to him.
Yeah.
Next up, in my least favourite team, is the Red Bull, and we are blessed again with two long-term drivers in this racing team, which is Alex Jarek and, or as well as him, Zach Gwinnell, Airways 90. This, again, two long-term drivers who... Airways is a quick guy in race pace, not bad in quali pace. Alex, race pace isn't his forte, but over a single lap, a former Tier 1 driver, because of his single lap pace alone, they will be a formidable pair. Alex last season really struggled, in particular in the races. Who knows, this new game may suit him more, and if it does, well, his pace before on F1's 21, 2 and 3 showed that he was Tier 1 material before, so who knows, he could be there again.
He is a quick driver.
Indeed. Oh, you get there's a sentimental one here for you, Simon. You get to name someone close to you. Huh?
I'm so glad I got this team. So it's the Saubers. And what do I say about this first driver? He almost won a Tier 3 title. It came very, very close with our Lord and Saviour, Martin Hills, many seasons ago. Spent a great deal of time in Tier 2. Went up to Tier 1 for, I think, 2 or 3 seasons.
2 seasons,
yeah, he is the ultimate pirouetter. He is the less impressive of the two Hornets. It is Dumbest Hornet!
Just to confirm,
Chris Pratt is...
just to confirm, you have no feelings for this man at all. You don't really know him, do you?
No, don't know him at all. The same last name's a complete coincidence.
Okay, just got it. Thought so.
Yeah, no, he's coming back after, I think, a season and a half out, I think he was in the end. Just lovely to have him back in the league. And then we've got a man who really has shown his pace in the very, very brief time that he's been in this league. I think he joined at the back end of the last season, didn't he?
He joined for the final race of the season for Tier 3 at Zandvoort.
Yes, he did. He came in and he drove Tier 3. I was on comms, and in that one race, he proved that in no way is he anything like Tier 3 pace, so he is taking a Tier 2 seat. It is Kingsley Green. It's only KG.
Yeah, it's only KG, and he's only a lovely guy. He's actually, so I've chatted to him quite a bit since he's joined. He's at the University of Leeds studying geology.
Oh, nice.
Information for you. He's actually quite a nice chatty guy, and he's even looking into the possibility of joining the comms team, which we always welcome any newbies in the comms and the stewards teams.
I like the sound of that. I think he did message me about that, actually, so I do need to speak to him.
He's a genuinely good bloke, and yeah, like you said, he's far too quick for Tier 3, so watch out Tier 2, he's ready for you.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case we thought all the quick Tier 2s were going up to Tier 1 and it was going to be easy for you all, Kingsley's coming for you. So, next up is the V-Carb. Now, this team here, these two actually are quite good friends, which works out just fine for them. In one seat, we have one of the longest-serving members of MRC, a man who... I could say so many things about him. He's my day one in MRC, and he's a good friend to so many people. He's a bit of a short fuse. That's not just because he's actually tiny, but because he's also easily wound up at the best of times, but we all love him for it, really. This is Ryan Barber, Red Car Rambo himself, and he is partnered by a man who, when I first heard him speak, I was convinced was Max Verstappen. Unfortunately, when I saw him on track, I realised very quickly, he is not Max Verstappen. He is... frankly, one of the worst drivers. No, I'm joking, he's not that bad. I just like to wind him up. But he is a man from the Netherlands, and he's a very fun fella. It is Jackster Bart van Schneidel, although I like to call him Van Schnitzel all the time. Just
Schneidel.
Listen, I'm not as multi-tongued as you, Mr. Worldwide. Go away, Pickle. I've been through this with you. You're not Dutch. You can't claim that you're Dutch now or German before you start saying about one either.
I can't.
The V-carb combination there of Ryan and Bart
I like
will
that.
be
I like
a
that
phenomenal
pairing.
combination. The fact they're good friends. We've got quite a lot of teammate partners that are good friends.
Yeah.
So that's nice where we can
We'll be
have
happy with that.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll both be happy. If they're not, well, guess what? I don't care.
I'll find out. No, he's happy. Ryan is in
Actually, no, Ryan,
Ryan is in
happy-
the YouTube. He is happy.
Ryan, if you're
Kyle,
not happy,
sorry,
touch
Kyle.
grass, lad.
Anyway, moving on. You'll wind him up. You're going to set him off.
That's the only way you can wind him up.
Yeah. I mean, he is closer to the grass than anybody else, but still.
Wow.
Oh, no, I've set him off.
You
That's
know when we
our
had
stuff.
shots in Newcastle, I thought he likes them because they got us drunk, but no, it's just because it was more him side. I love him really. I do love you,
So,
really, Ryan.
before we cause Ryan to completely blow an aneurysm, it's the final team of Tier 2. This first driver is a very long-standing member of the MRC community. He's a very regular voice on comms, and he's a great driver. He has a few confidence issues here and there, but he proves himself very regularly on track. It is Andrew Mornster, and he is joined by a man who is coming down from Tier 1, but has shown that he has unbelievable pace, and I think will be a very strong contender this season. It is Colin TK.
Yeah, it's good pairing, that one.
Yeah.
Good pairing. Yes, Ryan, just DM. Thank you. I think he's starting us, is Ryan. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a good one, and I like that pairing as well.
Colin's the only man coming down from Tier 1. A lot of people are going to question that one. Colin simply can't race for Tier 1 time due to work commitments early mornings on Tuesdays, but whilst he had some races such as Texas where he was in the mix at the front end of the grid, he also did struggle a lot of the time in the race pace. So we're hoping that this season he finds both his confidence and form, not just with the game but in general, and we'll see how he goes. And Monster, well, like as you said, long term he's been in this league now. He's a lovely fella, and he's a very strong member of our comms team, which without him, the comms team would be a lot weaker. So great to have them both together.
But to be fair, Monster's also moved to PC, he's moved to the Steam, and he's got a newer wheel. And I saw him at the end of last season, and he was getting quicker and getting used to the wheel, but now he's on Steam. I'm really intrigued to see how Monster works with this one, and there is more grip in this game, so I think it's going to suit him a little bit more now. I'm looking forward, and I'm hoping that I see him up there again.
Aye.
Oh yeah, 100%. He really deserves it.
I think he's got Ugoni worried now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's move on to Tier 3.
It is, yes. So the Wednesday night, boys. That's the Monday night. Excitement for you. Now we go to the Wednesday, boys. As Chris said, was that with the Tier 3, gentlemen. A little bit more assists for the Tier 3, but we see them very regularly, very competitive, and we also see them quite quickly move up to the Tier 2, and sometimes some of the Tier 3 boys do try to join the Tier 1s, don't they? They'd like to reserve at the top and lose a few assists, which is always incredible to see.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. So starting off with the Alpine, in this team we have two men who in last season's Tier 3 were very competitive. They weren't quite on the backs of Nels and Avanash, but they weren't far away, and they were equally picking up regular top 5s and podiums. We've got Aaron White and Anthony Stoke, so that's Wookie and Ant Stoke, who will make up that first team. So based upon last season, that's very competitive, and there's a lot of promise there. Of course, the new game may mix that up, but I'm sure the two of them are good enough to take on that challenge.
Yeah, and the thing about that one, Wookie I think missed quite a few races because he is definitely up Tier 2 pace. I think it's work schedule as well, and he's not able to drop some of the assists and things, but yeah, he is definitely quick enough, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on this time because he was definitely tipped as one of the favourites for the title last season, but I think work commitments, as I said, missing quite a few races sort of hampered his progress quite a bit last season. I think same with Ant, to be fair.
Yeah. So next up, we've got the Astons, and we've got a nice mixed team here. We've got a returning driver who is a firm fixture of Tier 3, a very strong driver, very, very good pace. It is Anthony Mack, Hive Eclipse, and he is joined by another new driver for the league. That is Alfie Graham. Alfie, MV1, will be taking up the Aston seats.
Indeed. So like I say, Hive last season, I believe he's partnered actually with Ant Stoke. I'm pretty sure he was in Tier 3 last season. And again, another quick driver. Let's see how he kicks on with the new game. And obviously, welcome to Alfie. In the Ferrari, we have 2 drivers here, one of whom is new and one is returning. So we have Trevor Hoff, Dom Rosser, and Ross Lee. BFD Ross 86. Oh, sorry, no, ignore me, I'm chatting rubbish. We have Kyle Sale returning and Dom Rosser. So Kyle Sale, aka Winky, who was actually in MRC before I was back in the day. He is back after a short coming and going. Personal life sometimes gets in the way for a few of us, and he's back in MRC. And yes, as we said, Dom Rosser will be his teammates in Tier 3 Ferrari.
Yeah, another potentially strong lineup there. Winky, our second favourite Irishman. I'm just going to put that out there.
I love you.
He's also Northern Irish. He actually hates it when you do that, so that's why you've done it, isn't it? Because he.
Oh, I know.
Is
Yeah,
Northern Irish.
the amount of time we're in parties and I call him Irish. I'm British. No, you're not. You're Irish. Shut up. You live in Ireland.
No, Wee Willie Winky is with us.
Yes, he is. So then, in the Haas, we've got a returning driver from last season and a returning driver from many seasons ago. He was my teammate once, back when I was in Tier 3. I think it was season 6 or 7 I might have had him as a teammate. So that is BFD Ross and Tyrone Clear. TY Clear is coming back after quite a few seasons away.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, it's good to have him back. He was a good driver before, a reliable driver before, and for whatever reason left. But again, we're welcoming for people to come back in MRC, as long as you're not an absolute silly sausage. And obviously he's definitely not, he's a good guy, and it's good to have him back on track. The next team, I'm not so sure I can be so friendly about this pairing.
Oh, the reins are off. The reins are off.
Yeah.
With these two, I didn't even realise that I was going to get the honour for these two. Now I have. I got to do comms pairing with the pair of these two guys before, when I was a young training commentator, not quite off my baby reins as a commentator.
I've let you loose since. I've let you have it since.
You have, thank you, Daddy. But these two you cannot let off the reins, especially the first one. In fact, when I was in comms, I even dubbed this the Lion, the Witch, and the Blowhole. The Lion in this case is, of course, Simba151, Mark Dennison. The Witch is our Scottish maestro himself, Gavin, the Jenkin Meister, Night Shadow SC. The SC stands for super cute, of course, in his name. And yeah, it's great to have these two back in. Oh yeah, the king of the super slow 9-mile-an-hour safety car restart.
Oh god, yeah.
Honest to God, I pray, Gav, please stop, for the love of God.
Well, we had to change the rule book because of that.
He's trying to stop.
We had to change the rule book because of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so we did have to make rules because of Gav, and I'm sure he loves it really. But yeah, it's great to have them, and I'm sure they'll get on just fine.
Potentially very, very strong pairing there if they can both really find their pace.
Exactly, and they're both really good guys, actually. I've met Simba actually a handful of times. He's a genuinely lovely bloke.
Yeah, I've met them both as well. I agree, they are. I do hear that they both want to come back. They've been teammates before. And I do hear they want to come back to the commentary team, so
God help us all.
Good lord.
That could be fantastic. I'm looking forward. So I have spoken to Gav. Simba, if you're not watching, please do give me a message, my friend. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'd be great to have those two back to the MRC commentary fold.
So next up is the Mercedes boys. First up, we've got a returning driver. Who is John Reisbeck, also known as Mutsnuts. He's shown a lot of pace over his seasons in Tier 3, very strong driver. And a new driver who was originally pegged for Tier 4. And then did some pre-season races and we went absolutely categorically not, because he is way too quick. So he's joining the Tier 3 boys. That is Lewis Patient, also known as Drifthawk.
Yeah, he's shown very quickly that actually he is... not like his surname, which is Patient. He's rapid. So yeah, good season Tier 3. instead of Tier 4. And moving on to the Red Bull team, we have Kendrick Victor, aka Sambo, and Omar Sabi. Sabi 1GP in the Red Bull. Kendrick's one of our long-term members as well. I think he joined season 6 or 7. It was just not long after myself. Kendrick's a really nice guy, a really patient driver, and a mainstay in Tier 3. And Sabi, he's only been here a couple of seasons, but shown some real potential and pace. And again, he's a nice guy. He's very friendly and very patient as well. So good to have them both on board, and we'll see how they get on as a team. Kendrick's also from the Netherlands, so I'm sure he will want to take the Max Verstappen seat in that car. I would imagine.
Oh, probably.
I would imagine.
Yeah. And then we've got the Saubers. So we've got 2 returning drivers. First up, he was strongly in contention for the title for a little while last season, and was fighting for 2, 3 and 4 right to the very last race. He's got unbelievable pace. It is Jordan Hall, also known as Quimo. And then we've got a man who has won a couple of titles and keeps disappearing to do silly things like hold a gun and wear some Kevlar.
You mean he goes to the Falkland Islands and pretends to play with penguins?
Yeah, he plays with penguins for 8 weeks and then claims that he's worked really, really hard.
It's laser tag. He goes to play laser tag.
Yeah, he plays laser tag with the penguins for about 8 weeks and then comes home. It is, of course, Morgan Stubbs. Stube is back for this season.
Who I'm going to fall out with because he's leaving the borough. So I'm not happy.
He is.
Best, mate.
I mean, to be fair, he's actually escaping, so he's escaping so far.
All good things leave Middlesbrough, mate. Teesside is not the one.
The best bit about Teesside is the A66 or the A19.
What? So the way out?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. Well, the sign that says "Welcome to North Yorkshire."
Oh, that's I'm not going to lie. That is about a mile and a half from my house. It is a lovely sign when I go through that. It is very lovely. It just gets brighter. It gets greener. It's fantastic.
It is. Before I get lost in a white rose wet dream, we'll move on to the next team, which is, of course, the Visa Cash App Red Racing Bull backup team. Because, Red Bull is employing V-Carb to basically be their dummy boys. Anyway, I'm just getting my little Red Bull V-Carb diss out there I can. And in the V-Carb in Tier 3, we have Dinand Masson, who tried to pretend he was Max Verstappen with a Franz Hermann name when he first joined, but we found out his real name. Happy days. And Henry Studd, another new driver. He did join us for the tail end of Tier 3 last season, also known as Studdy. We'll see how these 2 get on. 2 newer drivers, and I'm sure they will get on just fine. And if they don't, well, please be nice.
Best of luck to you.
Yes.
And the final team for Tier 3, the Williams team, we've got 2 returning drivers. We've got someone who's been in Tier 3 for a few seasons now. Again, he's shown really, really solid pace. I think he's going to have a really, really good season. It is Triz. And then we've got someone who I believe only joined last season, but showed good consistency and pretty good pace. It is Adrenal Voy will be joining him in the Williams.
Indeed, yeah, you're right. He was a consistent man in Tier 3 and Tier 2 last season. Turned up, and you know what to start with when you first start sim racing? That's all you can do. Turn up, give it your best, and learn. And he's done just that. So let's see how he gets on with his first full season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a really good team. There's a few new people in there, a few stalwarts of there, some people there a while, and that's going to be quite interesting. I think I like that tier. It's an open tier, I think, is the best way to describe it. That it's not easy to call.
Indeed. Moving on to Tier 4. So obviously, as Mark said, Tier 4 is reintroduced with newer assists, so a few more assists even than Tier 3. We may have a bit of a mix of pace in this tier to start with, so we'll see how that goes, but it should hopefully not be too spread out. Starting off with the Alpine team, we have a returner, Man 5166, Charlie Manning, and a newbie, Owen Williams, OwenW4454. The Alpine driver lineup for Tier 4 there for you. So again, Manning left a while ago, and Owen's brand new, so we don't really have much on them right now, but in due course I'm sure we will.
Yeah, Manning was, Charlie was, he actually messaged me on, I didn't realise who he was, and he actually messaged me about a week ago on on social media, and I didn't know who he was, and he said, "Oh, we're still racing," and got him back in, and it's great to have him back. And he was one of those drivers that showed a lot of potential pace there, and coming back into the fold, new game. I think if he really sticks at it, that is going to be awesome. That is going to be really cool.
Yeah. So then we've got the Astons, and we've got 2 brand new drivers for the Tier 4 Aston team. First up, I hope the first part of his name is more appropriate than the second part of his name. It is Turbo Snail. Let's hope you're more turbo than Snail, sir. And he is joined by a man who's already got himself known in the Discord. He's commenting regularly, and we love to have people like that in the community. It is Ando315.
Exactly like I say, the community in MRC, as we said this earlier, it's one of the things that makes this league so great. And yeah, he's already seems to be on board with that. In the Ferrari, we have another smog monster here, another man from Teesside, returning to MRC. It's Smoggy Goes 91, Steve Layton, and he's partnered by another new driver, Chris Gunt 23. Great to see how these two get on, and again, welcome back, Steve. Nice to see you back, mate.
Then in the Haas, we've got another driver. He was returning last season. He was here quite a few seasons ago. He came back last season. He's already shown that he's very keen, and he's improving all the time. It is Nikolai Lima, and he's joined by yet another new driver whose second name...
I dare you. Please say it. Go on.
We'll do this for the bands. He is joined by Daniel Shurneshishes.
Bless you. That was a pure sneeze.
Say the A name.
Also known as FD_ED6.
Oh, you got that one done. Well done, Simon. In the McLaren, we have...
Go on, Andy, you can say it. I'm sure you can say it. I'm sorry, Chris.
This name here...
No, I'm not going to try and say it because I've not got it in front of me, but... he's struggling to say words, and he speaks Welsh.
Well, you know, valid point.
That is a sneeze, though. That actually is a sneeze.
Yeah.
So in the McLaren, we're moving on to the McLaren pairing, and this is 2 more new drivers. We have Billy I'm Billy, which I refuse to believe is your name, but if that is what you say it is, then so be it.
Thank you, Chris. I'm Chris.
Thank you, I'm Mark. And partnered by Jake Sikora. Again, 2 new drivers. Would love to see how well you guys get on, how quick you adapt to the league and Tier 4.
And then in Mercedes, we've got another 2 new drivers. It's all new drivers in Tier 4. We've got Martin Lowe, also known as Holy Driver 72, and Owen Jones. He is living on a prayer. Maybe we'll get him a title.
Sorry.
We're only halfway there, boys.
We've also got Owen Jones, Owen J 1992, who, if his name is correct, is even older than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not older than me.
Oh no. Anyway.
I know.
Moving on to Red Bull. Why have I got Red Bull again? Oh, great. Red Bull. We have 2 new drivers. Where have we heard that one before? We have Mark Smith, aka Blurred Magic 76, and Stephen Sullivan, Sully PFC. I hope that's Portsmouth Football Club, and if it is, great to have you. If it isn't, great to have you.
If it's Sully, where's Mike?
That's a fantastic question. Mike Wazowski, if you're out there listening, join and we'll swap teams around to get you and Sully together next season.
Yeah. I'm glad you got the reference, because I thought that might have been lost then.
No,
I was there as well, don't you worry.
Lovely. That's all I ask.
So next up is the Saubers, and we have another 2 new drivers.
There's a theme.
There's a theme in Tier 4.
How's that happen then?
And they are Logan Riley, also known as Rocket KOE, and Richard Hawkins, also known as TTV Racing Hawk.
Indeed. Hopefully Rocket is appropriate for Logan. If it's not, then, well, so be it. And I hope Racing is appropriate for Richard rather than Twitch TV, which is what the TTV must stand for. I hope he actually wants to race rather than just stream. Jokes aside, if you have your own streams, it's great to see, and share them with us in Discord. We'd like to see it too. Next up, I'm going to be a little bit of a sausage here. I was going to say something worse, but I'll say sausage because you know what I mean. Now, I'm going to rename V-Carb in Tier 4 to V-Conarb, because the driver pairing in the V-Conarb is Connor Scott and Connor Hardy. So if your name's Connor, you're in V-Carb in Tier 4. If your name's not Connor in that tier, you're not
Safe.
in V-Carb.
You're safe.
It's pretty simple, really.
Yeah.
So Connor Hardy, let's get that one in first, former Tier 3 champion, he's returning to Tier 4, having been the runner-up to a now banned member who beat him in Tier 4 many moons ago, and I'm sure he wants the revenge to say that he's actually got that title. We do love him, really. And obviously Connor's got a new driver, Shock. Welcome.
And then it's the Williams, who, can you guess, it's 2 new drivers. We are joined by Tyler O'Neill, known as TG00306000, and we're joined by Lewis Southern, who is GTS Drag King.
Exactly. We love new drivers. Jokes aside, it's great to have plenty of new drivers in. Obviously, as the season goes on, if anyone finds or feels that these driver lineups and tiers aren't quite level, we will look into evaluating that, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So finally, let's get on to Tier 0. So as Mark mentioned earlier, formerly MRC Extreme. It's still just as extreme as before, but we've just rebranded it because, why not?
Keep it fresh.
It was
New
to
game.
make it clear that this is a tiered race, and not just a fun race like X. You are expected to turn up for your races. You are in a full-time seat, so if you don't turn up, expect to have an angry head steward in your DM saying, "Why aren't you turning up to your races?"
Absolutely.
Exactly.
100%.
So do you want to start off with the Alpine team, please?
Yes,
Then
the Alpine, and this is, you might recognise this lineup from a previous tier. It is Armar Red and Bobo are together again for Tier 0. So this is team copy and paste. This is going to be a terrifying lineup in Tier 0.
Yes.
Just a question, because I don't race
go ahead.
Tier 0. It is just drivers, is it not? Is it, or is it now teams as well?
No, it is constructors now
It's
as well.
Okay, sorry, I did not know that.
And in the second team, the Aston Martin, we have, I don't know if you've ever seen in the World Endurance Series in Le Mans, for example, you have Racing Team Netherlands. Well, I've recreated Racing Team Netherlands here. We have Lorpy and G-Star. So
Yes, and
Ben van der Menster
another
and Lauren
very
Fortes.
good, another very good pairing.
Indeed.
And then in the Ferraris, we've got an admin and a steward and etc. etc. It is Steve Jarman Kisa and one of our drivers who joined Tier 3 last season. He's shown some very decent pace and is constantly working to improve his pace. He's a great guy. It is Daniel Guyens, Dan37946.
Indeed, you pronounced that one perfectly.
Oh, thank
Unlike
you.
the last Daniel, whose surname began with a G. in the Haas, I can pronounce Haas. It's just ass with an H. We have Federico Sabelli and Nicolai Lima representing the Haas. We good to see those two together.
Then in the McLarens, we've got someone who took about half a season off last season, but he's back and he is another very, very disgustingly quick driver on his day. It is Sam Flanagan, also known as Sam Flan. And for those of you who were in MRC way, way back in the dark days, you might recognize this name. He is back after a lot of seasons away. It is Seb Mail, also known as Seb Mail 83.
Indeed,
Awesome to
great
have this man
Seb
back. Yeah.
It is. It's been a long time away. He was appealed by the no assist tier, which he was reached out to by Martin amongst others, and he's back, which is great to see. A long-term member before. It was sad to lose him, and it's great. So yeah, in Mercedes we have Rassam, Sam Olsen, and Heinrich Schmidt in the Mercedes for MRC 0.
Then in the Red Bulls, I've already talked about how quick he is, so I won't bore you with telling you again. It is Julian Muller, also known as Jules. And then, having talked about a returner, we've got another returner from 67 years ago in MRC. It is Frank Frennet, Vans Racing. Very, very good to have him back as well.
Indeed, similar to Seb Mayo, he was racing in another league, in a zero assist league, and following conversation with Martin about racing at zero assist here, he is back, and it's great to have him and Seb both in this tier. Again, he used to be a regular in tier 2 as well, so...
Yeah.
He did, yeah, good driver.
In the Sauber, I'm so glad this has worked out that I've got this one.
You planned this secretly, I like how you swapped it.
I did slightly, oopsie daisy. In the Sauber, now, I don't know which is the dumbest of these two, or which is the baby brother, but frankly, they're just dumb babies, the pair of them. We'll just call it Dumb Baby Hornet Team.
Wow.
Hornet Racing, Buzzing Hornets, they might want to call it. And after Eddie Jordan's recent passing away, I think let's be nice and honour Buzzing Hornets in honour of Eddie Jordan's beloved Jordan team. We'll call it the Buzzing Hornets Sauber Racing. It's Baby Hornet Simon and Dumbest Hornet Chris, with the Pratt brothers united in the Sauber.
Well, you know that's where the Hornet name came from, is that mine and Chris's favourite livery is the Buzzing Hornet livery.
You know what, after all these years, I did not know that.
Yeah,
For
that
some
is where the
unknown
Hornet
reason,
came from.
I have known you for a couple of years now, and I did not know that.
Yeah, we both absolutely love the Buzzing Hornets livery. It is the best livery F1 has ever had.
Oh, it was absolutely
It was up there.
stunning.
It was up there for definite.
It was.
So yeah.
So then we've got the V-Carbs, and again, I've been very, very nice about this man, so I'm not going to be nice anymore. He drives Tier 1 a lot, he wins a lot. It's Saviour, of course. And he's joined by a new driver in Tier 0. It is Max Williams, also known as Formula W44.
Exactly. And finally, last but not least, I picked him up earlier. He's a rapid qualifier. He's a nice guy. He's a long-time MRC lad. It's Calvin Mack, and he's partnered by someone who, again, is brand new as of this weekend. Les Brazil, BN18, in the Williams. And that, look at that, we've just finished the practice session. Perfect timing.
It was, wasn't it? I don't know how we managed that. I was looking at the time and thinking, yeah, we're a bit behind here.
We had 35 minutes when we started Tier 2. And somehow we've done it.
It was.
How have we done that?
I don't know. But there we are. That was very quick, fast and furious, folks. Just as we finished the session. Going through some of the... let's go through some of the chat. Some people are quite happy with that. Moses asked Simon, can you say Worcestershire sauce?
Yeah, that one.
I think maybe even Jackster would say that better than you.
I doubt it.
That's brilliant. No, lovely to have everybody. Please do hit the like button if you have not already. Kyle has asked, can we do put everything in the chat, or because you're not in the Discord? Unfortunately, not my friend. But all of the graphics are exactly. Come back and join. All of the graphics are in the driver lineup section of Discord, and I want to give a big shout to Mr. Hills, who isn't with us this evening, who is usually joining us for the team job, but he goes away in the morning, and he has worked extremely hard with yourself, Chris, and the recruiters, Connor and Andrew, getting people on board, so and Martin creating all of the graphics for this evening, so thank you so much. They look absolutely incredible. I know he's done a few of the race banners as well for the first couple of events, so thank you, Martin, as always, for all your hard work. Not just everybody I've mentioned, yourself, Simon, thank you for your hard work in the off-season. This is, of course, where all of our work really does start to take place, where the admins, you all get a break from racing, you all can enjoy yourselves, not have to worry about Monday nights or Wednesday nights. Whereas the admins, well, this is the main part of us, to get ready for new seasons, to make sure everyone's on board and everyone is part of the Discord. So thank you to all of the administrators. You have really worked extremely hard, so thank you, everybody. And now we've got quite a lot of new joiners, of course. We have expanded again, as you see, to 4 tiers once again in MRC. That is 80.
85.
Is it 85 drivers we've got now? Well, about 80 full-time drivers. I think we've got one, haven't we? We've got one driver, of course, that Haas in Tier 1 as a vacant seat. That is one vacant seat. 79 drivers full-time in MRC. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Plus a few in Extreme who aren't in other tiers. So I think there's about 4 in Extreme, in Tier 0 that are not in other tiers. So
yeah, good point. Yeah, so well over 80. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible, and that's what makes us what we are in MRC. All that's left, we are let some of these drivers do some of their qualifying runs as well in the background, but we do start in 1 week's time here in Canada for the start of season 17. Well, gentlemen, it has been an absolute blast as always. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's been a delight.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, good job, guys.
Thank you, Anne, for being with us as well, and putting your opinions in as well, and helping us in the background. And I know you're on track as well. I didn't have the tyres up. How many laps did you do on intermediates?
Not enough. No, I didn't put them on. But you should ask Ben. He put some up.
I did accidentally click the race director as we left, and I did see that little eye, the little pop up. So yeah, I know he did that. But yes, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you everybody for watching. I don't know if even if you're not watching live and you're watching later on this evening, please do still hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed, do ring the bell and join us in MRC. I say we will be back in 7 days' time for the start of season 17, which will be brought to you live by myself, kicking us off underway for the tier 2 boys. Gentlemen, enjoy your practice, enjoy getting ready for the season. Thank you once again, thank you everyone for joining. Hope you love the teams. We're looking forward to an exciting season ahead, so enjoy yourselves, ladies and gents. Thank you very much, and we'll see you very, very soon. Good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Night.